Hi Ria, how are you?
Hi sir, good.
Good to see you again. All right. So first of all, a brief introduction. My name is Sahil. I'm one of the founders of Quantifiers, and with us is Ria. She was one of our students last year who made it to MICAT, who cleared MICAT and made it to MICA. So this small interview session is to get to know what MICAT is, how is MICA as a college, and everything. So before we start, just tell us how's it been for you at MICA.
So MICA is a totally different world, and it is more than what I expected. The kind of people, the kind of courses that we're doing, it's just amazing. So having a lot of fun.
All right, a lot of fun at college. Sounds good. So I have divided this interview into 3-4 categories. First, pre-exam, then post-exam, pre-exam, exam, post-exam, college placements and everything. We will go one by one. And we have a lot of questions from our students. ठीक है? So सबसे पहले बात करते हैं as an exam, CAT versus MICAT. मैंने सुना है ऐसा कि लास्ट ईयर MICAT का डिफिकल्टी लेवल काफ़ी अच्छा था. I would want your comment on that.
So MICAT was definitely tougher than CAT, especially in terms of quant.
Okay.
Also because you cannot solve the questions using options because you get at least 8 options in the MCQs, which are very, very close.
Oh, okay.
So that is what you have to keep in mind. But again, it was tough for everybody. So then it's relative.
It's relative. All right. And this brings us to another question. One of the students has asked that is there any sectional cutoffs in this, and can you shuffle on this between the sections?
So there's no sectional cutoff per se. So the first section is psychometric section, wherein you just have to clear it.
Okay.
And you will get around 150 questions to attempt within 30 minutes. And they're mostly yes or no questions. It's just that so that we get to know you better.
Okay.
So one piece of advice is that you do not lie. On that section, it has to be completely honest, even if you think that this is something which won't go down well, or it shows that maybe I'm not a good enough person, it's not ethical, but you still do it, mark it. Because when you try to portray yourself as I'm the best person, I'm somebody who has the good shoes all the time, people do not get the calls, and your other sections also don't get evaluated because of that.
So psychometric is the first level that you need to clear,
so that is section
and you have
A.
to be very real in this.
Yes, extremely,
one of the
extremely
questions was asked that is there any source to practice it?
There's no source, but it's very similar to the personality test that you get online. So Cattell's personality factor, 16 personalities, all of these tests. It's very simple like that.
All right. Okay. So all right. This and then after psychometric there is descriptive writing. I think
there is descriptive writing.
What kind of topics are asked in descriptive writing? Do we have choices to select, or how is it?
So there's no choice. You have to attempt all questions. There are 4 questions in total. So what happened with us last year was that you get a statement, and they will tell you to write 3 lines in favor, 3, and then the other question is 3 lines against.
All right.
Then the third question ties all of these together. Then what will you do?
All right. So can you give me an example of what was asked, if you remember or no?
No, I don't remember. They're very just like how debate motions are. That,
Okay.
Very work oriented, let's say management oriented.
These are more of case studies.
But one line, it could be sustainability related. They just want to know that can you think from different viewpoints and how do you bring it together?
What my question is that does it involve any knowledge of current affairs, or it is very life situation based that how you will react as a person,
how
as a manager?
You react as a person.
All
very, very subjective, opinion based. You don't need to know what is happening in the world for that. So these are the 3 questions. After that, you go on to the story bit of it. So they give you 4 pictures. And they're labeled A, B, C, D. So you have to make a story out of that. So one thing that most people forget, which you absolutely do not have to, is that you give the order. In your story. So let's say my story starts with picture B, goes to A, then to D, and then to C. So I write BA, DC, and then I start my story. So you have around 250 to 300 word limit, and you write your story around that.
All right. So this is how it goes. All right. Then, so when I talk about the exam, so there are 3 things that I understand: psychometric, descriptive, and then the main exam. And the main exam, in the main exam, you can shuffle between the sections.
Yes,
but you cannot change the order of psychometric, descriptive, and main exam. You cannot do that.
So main sections you can't, subsections you can shuffle.
All right. And for the descriptive writing also, story writing also, I think it is more on the lines of SSP also conduct such type of test. So do we have any source of practice for that, or is it very random?
It is very, very random. The first 2 minutes you think, how do I even connect all of this? So one advice, what I did personally was that I made a structure.
Okay.
And then I followed it. So you just make headings.
Okay.
Keep 5 headings made, then you start writing all of that. If you want to practice, ask your friends, ask your mentors to give you random 4 photos.
Okay.
So for me, one was just like a block which is red.
Okay.
Color bhara hua tha. There's no photo also usme.
Okay.
So you make what you want to
It's
make of
very,
it.
very subjective. All right. So one of the students asked that what is the weightage of different portions for the final selection. So we have written down CAT, ZAT or GMAT is 35%,
Yes.
MICAT is 25%, group exercise is 10%, personal interview is 20%, academics is 5% and diversity is 5%.
5%.
Right? Okay. So
Diversity is mostly your extracurriculars or sports that you've done, that.
All right.
Or any, even academic, but any awards you won there.
All right. Cool. So there are MICAT happens twice, MICAT 1 versus MICAT 2. Is it something that MICAT 2 is more difficult or MICAT 1 is less difficult? Is there something like that?
It depends on year to year.
Okay.
For us last year, I personally felt that MICAT 2 was a bit more difficult.
Okay.
But we do have people who came in through MICAT 2 and not 1. So it's again
very
highly
subjective.
Mostly it's the same, but we do, if you feel that there is a discrepancy, if most people feel, there is standardization of scores.
Oh, wow.
So,
All right, that's new. Okay, so when I talk about exams, once you're done with your MICAT 1, when does the result come? In how many days or something?
So I think mine was 2nd or 3rd of December, and 20th or 21st of December, a day after CAT results were announced, we got our MICAT result.
All right. And also a lot of people we have right now who, let's say, somehow messed up CAT exam.
Yeah.
They're very, right now, in the thing that whether I should be able to crack MICAT, I'll be able to crack MICAT, am I even capable of that? So again, I'm bringing a little personal here, but somewhere I remember you also screwed up CAT a bit.
I did.
Right, Hannah? So how did you bring yourself up from there?
So the thing is that after CAT you have all of these exams. So not only MICAT, you have NMAT, SNAP, all of these things that come up. You can't, just because you've, let's say, messed up or not performed to your best on Monday, does not mean you won't do it again. So you have to keep on practicing, keep on going, because you take 5 hits, 1 will convert, right? So
definitely will. All right. So how much what is the cutoff for CAT, ZAT, GMAT? If some students have asked that, how much percentile we should have in CAT or ZAT or GMAT? Overall, I understand that since 35% weightage is taken, 25%, so it will all come down to a particular composite score.
Yes.
But still, there must be some cutoff. Let CAT में minimum इतने तो होने ही चाहिए. What is it?
So up until a few years ago, we did, I think, have information going out that it was 85%, but that is not the case. We evaluate the entire profile, and like I said, so descriptive matters a lot.
Okay.
Your psychometric you have to clear compulsorily. So there's no set cutoff that we've announced.
Okay.
It's very relative. Obviously higher the better, but
all right.
it does not mean. But if, let's say,
we have to put a benchmark or ballpark figure, let's say.
There's no ballpark this year. So
okay.
It's, if you've messed up CAT, if you messed up ZAT, you can apply. You never know.
You never know what might work through. But still we can, what we have heard around is that it should be above 80 percentile, 80, 85, somewhere around this.
To be safe.
To be safe.
I mean, we have people with a 99 also sitting. We have people on the lower end also. So,
how do you position MICAT as compared to, let's say, other new IIMs or anything like that? Do you think that the curriculum and everything is at par?
I think it's at par and more.
Oh.
So what I've discovered talking to my peers is that you're doing, let's say, 7 to 8 basic general management courses in your first year, and you specialize in your second. MICA is giving you more from the very beginning.
All right.
And also now the focus is also shifting. So the curriculum is updated because with the coming in of Gen AI, analytics, the marketing orientation is also shifting towards that. So where we have the creativity, communication, community bit of it, we're also strong in the analytics bit of marketing as well.
All right. So once the exam is done, the results come. The next stage is, I think, GE plus PI.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. What is GE like? Is it how many people are there in the group? What kind of activities are given? And give us the brief idea of that.
So I sat for 10 interview processes, but there was nothing at all compared to what happened for MICA.
All right.
It was just world apart. So they will break you up into groups of 7 to 10, and they'll take you into a room, and you will have a task to do in your group exercise, which you get then and there.
What kind of tasks are there? What did you get?
So mine was that there is a toothbrush company and they've come up with a sustainable product.
Okay.
And now they're up for all these competitions that and awards that the government does. So now you have to make a poster and a pitch.
Okay.
So how do you do that?
Okay.
So immediately we split into groups and they'll give you numbers. So because your names are not disclosed to them, and they keep, so there'll be 2 people, faculty, they'll be monitoring you throughout, and they'll give you everything from like ribbons to sketch pens to anything you can imagine craft wise, you get to do it. So what my group did was, not only did we make the poster, we made a prototype of the product also.
Oh wow.
And we demonstrated that. So like
as
some people,
creative as you can be.
Yes, some people got to make, let's say, around what is sustainability, make a rap song. Some people were asked that, okay, using Instagram's features, make a social media, like a game that you can play in real life and then show us how you'll play it.
Wow.
So it's just anything and anything out of the blue.
It just tests your mind.
It tests your mind and your presence and how well do you interact with others.
Alright, so let's talk about PI at MICA. What is the average duration? If you remember, how many panelists were there? Is it more of academic based, or does it also involve a lot of creativity and case based question? How was that?
So the thing is, it depends on panel to panel. So there were people who were coming out in 15 minutes very happy.
Okay.
I came out in 45 to 50 minutes not so happy. I don't know what had happened.
All right.
One good thing is that from personal experience, what we've realized that they assign you 2 panels wherein at least one of the panelists would have some idea about the field you're from.
Oh, wow.
Academically.
Okay.
So an engineer might face an engineer, a person from the arts background might face somebody from there. So have a strong knowledge of what you do. Know your resume. So what they do is that for us at least, I don't know if it's going to happen this year, we had an SOP and we had to give 3 things that you like and 3 things that you don't like.
All right.
So for people, and these questions keep on changing. So they will ask some questions. Uspe questions honge aapke, and based on what you've done, your work ex, they'll give you questions. So somebody from BCom that I know had worked in Deloitte.
Okay.
She was asked to work on a balance sheet then and there.
Oh wow.
I am a copywriter. I was told 90 seconds to write a poem and perform it.
Okay.
Sell this glass of water.
So a lot
sell
of
biscuits.
spontaneity is there.
Very. And very this or that questions. They'll put you in a spot. They'll grill you. MICA also asks a lot of questions on what is happening around you.
Current affairs.
And not current affairs that, okay, tell me what is happening in Israel-Palestine. It's more of what you think.
Oh, your opinion.
Yeah, not facts. We don't want to know that, okay, tumhe pata hai that you've
So a question might be that if you are the foreign minister of India and this conflict is happening, what you will do?
What do you do?
Let's say.
Yeah.
So I remember one of such questions last year, farmers protest was going on and a student was asked that if you have to make a committee of 4 people out of Indian government, who will they be and what will they do? Alright, so this gives us a brief about GE and PI. Now let's come to the life at MICA, right? I've heard that it is very different from all academics that we generally see in all the colleges and how everything takes place. So what makes MICA special?
I think it's also like a sense of community that we have.
Okay.
So you have very creative people, and by creative I don't mean that you sing or dance. It's just creative in terms of how you look at the world, how you solve problems.
Okay.
So that is there. Interactions are amazing. Obviously we're studying like any other MBA college. But a lot of events, a lot of committees that are there that bind you together, and it's just extremely, extremely helpful is what I've found. It's not, though we're very cutthroat also, but let's say for example there's an exam coming up and I don't know accounts. I'm not from a BCom background. Engineers are not. So you'll have people who will be taking classes till 1 to 2 and
students only.
Students only. The administration allows that. They'll give you the auditorium. They'll give you a classroom.
All right.
Okay, study together.
So
help
everything
each
is
other
very
out.
synchronized.
We're I think built around being a community. Also given that we have a lot of diversity also on campus.
Oh wow. So tell me something about when we talk about academic diversity, what is the gender ratio? How many engineers are there, non-engineers? Give us a brief about that.
So gender diversity I think is one of the best in the country. It's 1:1.
All right.
I don't think many colleges can boast of that.
yeah, definitely. Yes, it gives the motivation to a lot of guys out there. Yeah.
And co-ed hostels.
Okay. Oh, co-ed hostel. Oh wow. All right.
If that is also a motivating factor.
For some of the people could
yes.
be. Yeah. All right.
So that is there. Academically, again, very, very diverse. Around 30 to 40% people from the engineering background.
Okay.
Which is not as high as other colleges. People from BCom, BBA, a lot of people from arts background, people like me, which would be like 1 or 2% in other colleges.
Got it.
60% work ex people also in my batch.
60% work ex.
But again, very diverse. We have, I think, 2 to 3 teachers also with us. We have doctors, we have dentists, lawyers.
From every background.
Anything and everything we have a person.
So basically, if you are creative enough, if you are motivated enough, you are a good fit for MICA.
Yes. So MICA does not hold your gender or your academic background against you.
All right. ठीक है जी, done. Do we have a list of questions over there?
Yes.
Let's see if we are missing on anything. So we have covered low. A person scored, if I scored low in CAT but my scores are good in MICAT, is my admission possible? So as we have discussed that CAT is 35%, MICAT 25% and a lot of other factors, so definitely yes. Exams, is it necessary to attempt all the questions in psychometric?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Alright. Any particular resources for convergent divergent testing?
I don't think that there are any sources available, but they're very, like, you understand those questions there.
Okay.
But if I think there are third-party sources you can practice from who know that this is what has happened last year, go ahead, do it.
Alright. Are there any other mocks to help us better prepare for MICAT? If yes, you opted, I think, IMS one.
And I think the one that we did here in Quantifiers, so almost all CL, IMS, everybody has those mocks.
Okay. Alright. ठीक है. So post-exam, while evaluating profile, how much does academic matter? I think it is 5%.
It's 5% now.
Yeah. Sectional cutoff for different sections, you told us that it is not there, or how it is evaluated is a black box. You don't know.
It's a black, we don't know.
No. Alright. So now is what are the job roles offered at MICA? So we will talk about it later. CAT plus MICAT weight is done, college life is done. Let's move to the next part. I was talking about your life at MICA is amazing.
Yes.
Right now you're done with 6 months, right?
6 months done.
So we don't want a lot of details about SIP. I think it will be very confidential, but how's the trend going? Is it good?
It's good. The kind of roles that we get, I think, because if you're somebody who's targeting marketing, MICA is obviously a good fit for you.
Okay.
The roles you can see on the website. They're also available there officially, what happened last year. So a lot of area sales, brand oriented roles, which you won't, let's say, get in general
other colleges.
Yes. So that is there. Consulting also now.
Let's say I am someone who wants to go to advertisements, branding and advertisements. So MICA does provide roles like that?
A lot of agencies that come through.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And there are some students around consultancies. They also come through?
So MICA is diversifying.
Okay.
We do have a lot of alums sitting in tech roles also now at this point. So go on to LinkedIn, search, you'll get to know. Alright. So we don't, okay. And about the final placements, when does they happen? For the first year, they happen in the 16th month, 18th month, 12th month. When does they happen generally? That is, the dates cannot be revealed.
Alright, done. Alright, so that sums up everything that we have around.
Yes.
Do you have any 2 cents for anyone who is out there preparing for MICAT, that why MICA is a good college? Anything?
I think MICA is the place that lets you be yourself.
Okay.
You do not necessarily have to conform, and you do not have to worry at all that I've not done accounts or economics before, I've not done quant before. It's a build up. We do also, I think there is this misconception that we're very advertising communications oriented. We don't do anything else. We do all general management courses and we do more. So big
how many fests take place at MICAT? So they some people ask me that पढ़ाई भी होती है या सिर्फ events ही होते रहते हैं? So how many events generally take place in MICA?
I think
how many have you attended in these 6 months?
So first term उतना नहीं होता है. That's true for all MBA colleges. But once festivals start, then your case comms start.
All right.
So everything.
The culture is there.
You do everything. You don't sleep.
Oh,
anywhere.
Wow. All right. ठीक है. Thank you so much, Riya, for the wonderful, amazing time. Right. I think we have summed up everything. And to anyone who is attending the session or watching it, if you have any questions, you can put it in the comments, and we will be happy to answer. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Cut.
एक में ही हो गया.